let me give you guys a little bit of a background on this guy, si Congressman Bogie D. Okay? Si Faustino Bogie D ay matagal ng politiko to, political dynasty to. Okay? Galing Isabela. At ito ay ngayon, marami siyang mga kamag-anak sa Isabela that are in power right now. So by the way, so this is literally as trapo as you can get. Kaya I'm not going to be very impressed kung ito ang maging Speaker of the House. Hopefully, tumino na siya, but I mean, I don't know. I'm skeptical talaga. Okay, so banggitin ko lang sa inyo. And by the way, I want to thank Morning Coffee Thoughts sa Facebook. You can actually search that on Facebook. This guy, ang galing niya talaga mag-research at gumawa ng mga written posts tungkol sa mga nangyayari sa mundo ng politika. And I want to give him credit. And I also want to use some of the things that he has written as our resource to be able to talk to you about ano ba yung nangyayari sa mundo ng politika at sa live stream na to. So, itong si Faustino D o Bogie D, ayan, wow, this guy dates back as far as tagal na nitong nasa politika. Gaano katagal? Okay. Naging congressman, governor, vice governor, naging rep. Since 2001, he's been in the national government. And the political dynasty of the Ds, okay, is, wow, ruled 18 years. For nearly 40 years, the Ds have had control of the province and the political machinery of the province, okay? In 2022, 10 Ds and 3 Albanos swept into power. Okay, 10 Ds ang nasa politika ngayon. Ay, kung hindi ba yan ang isang kung hindi ba yan ang political dynasty, ewan ko na kung ano ba ang political dynasty because these guys are the real political dynasties. It's insane how much of a political dynasty they are. Not only are they just a political dynasty, by the way, you can look it up. Maraming pera tong mga to. So, I'm not sure kung window dressing na lang itong pagpalit kay Romualdez o kung talagang may gagawin ba itong si D para ayusin yung ating gobyerno. Kayo, are you guys convinced na may magagawa itong si D? I don't know what his big accomplishments are or how serious he is, but I do know that that family is very rich because of politics. Specifically politics. Kayo na bahala mag-interpret kung ano yung sinasabi ko. Sinasabi ko lang sa inyo na itong pamilyang to ay ito na ang definition mo ng political dynasty. Okay? So, marami naman siya na author at na co-author ng mga bills. Sa bagay, kung naging kongresista ka since 2001 back to today, and then naging governor ka, and you've done all of these things, the least you can do is co-author and author some bills. So, nag-author siya ng bills that establishing the Malasakit Center in all DOH Hospital. Wow. Ano pa ba? Authored to convert the Arellano to Kalangigan Road into a national road, to amend RA 8474 for the conversion of Iligan into a component city. Okay, so yeah. Wala masyado tong ginawa from what I can see. Okay? At from what Morning Coffee Thoughts can gather, wala masyado. So, but he did get some awards. Seal of Good Governance, Rice Achievers Awards. Yeah. Okay. Tapos may mga controversies pa siya. May plunder case siya noong 2022. Nung September 2022, former Angadanan Mayor Manuel Siquian filed a plunder case against D and 12 other officials over the Iligan Divilacan Road Project. 82-kilometer road was funded with 1.5 billion DBP loan. Wow! Wala daw public bidding, overpricing, 20 million per kilometer versus the usual 5 million per kilometer. Tapos, meron the road that leads to their honeymoon island ng mga Ds. So, 3 charges of plunder with conspiracy, graft, and malversion. What happened to that? I don't know. So, graft complaint over the Honeymoon Island issue. Bridge collapse probe in 2025. Yan. Nag-collapse just 26 days after opening. Again, nagpatawag ng investigasyon itong si Mayor Sikian related to the Alomos projects but nothing happened. Okay, ano pa ba? So, bridge collapse. And again, this is in 2025. So, this guy, si Boji D, could be just as involved with the DPWH's contractor problems and connection with contractors and corruption happening in DPWH. Tapos yan ang ilalagay mo, Speaker of the House? Ewan ko lang. Medyo mahirap yan mahirap yung ginagawa ni BBM kung yan naman nanalo. I think kailangan siya magdalawang isip kung yan ang lalagay niyang bilang Speaker of the House. Mag-Sandro Marcos ka na lang, as much as I'm not a fan of Sandro Marcos. At least yun, bata pa, baka wala pa naman masyado nagawang kalokohan. Okay? So, tapos hindi lang yun. Yun, anak ni D, si Ino D, is the 6th District Representative. Nephew niya, si Michael Faustino D, Paul D, and other Ds as mayors, councilors, provincial board members, marami yan. Now, yun ang problema natin. Yan ang balak ipalit ni, well, I mean, wala naman dapat say talaga si BBM dito, no? Pero that's on paper. But in reality, in the world of politics, may pull ang presidente kung sino ang magiging speaker. Meron siyang pull din dito. At lumalabas itong si D ang frontrunner. Ngayon, baka sakaling maririnig ni BBM itong podcast natin. Baka sakaling marinig niya ang mga boses nating lahat ng mga nanonood ngayong gabing to. Ilabas natin to social media. Huwag si D ang piliin nyo na bilang speaker kung yan ba ang totoo. Huwag na. Ayoko yun mangyari. I'd rather be stuck with Speaker Martin Romualdez kung ito lang ang ipapalit sa kanya. Okay? Next is si Albi Benitez. Yan pa yung isa pang tinitingnan na pangalan. Ito si Albi is not without his own skeletons in the closet. If I'm not mistaken, taga Forbes Park to eh. Paano nakabili ng bahay sa Forbes Park ang isang politiko? Kapit-bahay ni Martin Romualdez? Yan. Yan ang mga dapat tinatanong. Toby Chanco is another one that's being looked at as Speaker of the House. Alam mo, si Toby Chanco naman, in fairness to him, mukhang independent, pero mukhang may kinikilingan din. Hindi din natin masabi. Pero sa mga binanggit kong mga pangalan so far, siya yung parang pinaka-transparent at the very least kung ano-ano yung mga sinasabi niya. Okay? Kung sino-sino mga nilalaglag niya. So, baka pwedeng siya. Next naman si Duke Frasco. Yung pa yung isa pa palang fino-float na pangalan na possible Speaker of the House. I don't know kung sino itong si Duke Frasco. I haven't heard much from him. Kaya hindi ako masyado makapag-komento tungkol dito sa taong to. So, yun lang muna ang tinitingnan ko. Pero for me, as much as I think Toby Chanco is a little bit of a wild card, I would probably take him over Albi Benitez and over Faustino D. Okay? So, yun ang mga choice na lumalabas, and sa akin, I'd rather go with Toby Chanco if part of siya, if isa sa mga kandidato para maging Speaker of the House. And depende rin kung ilan ang makakakuha ng mga votes eh. Kasi boboto talaga yan ng Kongreso. 316 members of Congress, if I'm not mistaken. So, among the 3 of them or the 4 of them, sino makakakuha ng votes? Toby Chanco has parang gone against quite a few of his fellow Congress members. Kaya hindi ko alam kung makukuha niya yung votes. Faustino D, I don't know. Si Albi Benitez may have a good standing with a lot of the members of Congress. So baka pwede siya manalo. So guys, let's pray for the best, and I hope that no matter who wins, ito lang masasabi ko sa inyo. At masasabi ko sa magiging bagong speaker, kung totoo nga itong mga rumors na to, please lang talaga, sana talaga itigil na natin yung korupsyon para magkaroon kayo ng moral integrity at moral legs to stand on. Para pag nagtawag kayo ng mga investigasyon, mas kapani-paniwala yung mga tinatawag niyong investigasyon. Balik niyo yung tiwala ng tao sa Kongreso. Although malakas naman ang tiwala ng tao sa Kongreso ngayon kumpara sa dating administrasyon, dahil nung dating administrasyon, walang kwenta yung ating Kongreso at Senado, rubber stamp lang talaga sila. Hindi ko alam kung dahil duwag yung mga miyembro natin dati o kaya protecting their own political futures. Pero itong 19th Congress natin, yung huling Kongreso natin, was a very good Congress. And itong 20th Congress, I expect more. Now that lumalabas nga itong mga corruption issues na to, ilinis na natin yung marangko natin. Para ngayon, magkaroon kayo ng mas mataas na approval rating sa ating mga kababayan pag ginawa nyo to.